This training video is designed to help you understand and manage the datasets created within the Corterum system. We'll begin with a brief explanation of what the datasets are. Datasets represent the information that you store and utilize within Corterum. This information can include details about your company, information on your entities, committees and groups that you may have created, as well as any other related information that might apply to SMCR. It is all stored within a dataset, which can be called upon to run reports and for referencing should a request come through. An important takeaway point is that these datasets are extensive, with most featuring a multitude of fields which can be completed. These fields have been created to ensure that you have space to restore and record all your important and relevant information. Not every field, and in fact the vast majority, are required to be filled. This is all about recording your data and actions, so should the FCA request information, you have it at hand. There are a total of 25 datasets, and they are broken up into three main categories. Admin, which details your high-level data, Staff, which details your user and entity data, and finally SMCR, which covers all the specific compliance data. Each dataset can be favorited by selecting the star next to the name, and this will link the data into the favorite datasets section for quick access. Clicking the plus symbol next to any of them will allow you to create a new dataset of that type. When selecting a pre-existing dataset, the first view of it will be of readable data. To make any changes, you will be required to click Edit. We shall now go into depth about each dataset and how they are organized. The first category of datasets is for the admin functions. These are further broken down into two sets, the firm and regulators. Within the firm are three separate reports: SMCR classification, regulated activities, and boards and committees. The SMCR classification dataset is where you record the type of firm you are classified as. The regulated activities dataset is where further details of a firm's operations may be recorded. The board and committees dataset includes areas to record the various boards and committees formed within the firm. The other set of dataset options are for the regulators and include two further options. The regulator information requests provide an area where you can record information requests, what they were, by who, and when. The regulatory remediations dataset is the location provided to record any remediations requested by the regulator. Returning to the top level of the datasets and selecting staff shows the staff information. There is only a single dataset within this option, and it includes entries for every single entity that is considered a member of staff. Selecting the staff member will drill into their information, allowing you to update any employment information for them. Should you need to mark the staff member as a leaver or add in documentation for an appraisal that you want to retain, this can all be done here. More information on the screen will be covered within the video for capturing information. The final area of datasets covers the SMCR compliance information. It has a total of 19 individual datasets broken down into three primary subsets. The first is the Senior Managers regime and includes 4 separate datasets and 3 sub-areas. The first dataset is the Statement of Responsibilities, which contains a list of every staff entity within the business. Selecting any of these entries will load information on the responsibilities relevant to that team member. Information can be edited and changed from here, but should you want to export any of this information, it must be produced from the Reporting tab. The second dataset covers the boards and committees configured within Corterum. As before, these are primarily for reference, though these can be further edited via the option in the top right. Records of meetings held by the committees can be included on the page. The Management Responsibilities map, more commonly referred to as an MRM, provides an area to input the metadata relating to the management responsibilities of your firm. Fields for reporting which responsibilities are governed by particular groups are available, with free text fields allowing you to specify exactly where the responsibility lies. While this is only required for enhanced firms, some core firms may find it useful to complete this data. As before, edit options are available in the top right, while a dedicated report for the MRM is available on the reporting page. The final dataset on this page is for any duty delegations and presents the information for any which are assigned within the business. It functions on a per entity basis, with the add function allowing for more to be created and assigned. If an entity has more than one delegation or it needs to be changed, drilling into it and selecting Edit allows for further entries to be created or modified. The remaining sub-areas included within this heading are for managing handovers, the senior manager responsibility steps, and any outsourcing. The two datasets for managing handovers include both your handover procedure as well as any notes from completed handovers. Selecting the entity from either will open the relevant window for updating the information. This section is designed as an area to record your procedures and to provide an audit trail of any that have been completed. The Reasonable Steps datasets encompasses both the Reasonable Steps framework and the Senior Manager Decisions record. This is a recap of an entity's responsibilities relating directly to the conduct rules and a record of any major decisions that they have made. In both cases, editing will allow for existing records to be modified, while additional responsibilities or decisions can be added via the Add Row button along the bottom. The final sub-area is regarding outsourcing information and features 3 datasets. These are outsourcer due diligence for recording information relating to your third parties, outsourced functions for detailing their prescribed functions, and also outsourcing contracts for recording and summarizing any contract information between you. In each case, the information fields, which are extensive, can be modified and updated via the Edit button with the option to upload documents via attachment. The next series of datasets under the SMCR cover the certification regime. This is split into the references themselves and how they are interacted with. The first, regulatory references provided, allows for a recording of any reference requests, when they were, who requested them, and also any supporting information. The regulatory references obtained dataset matches this information, but for any references requested by your own firm. The 2 remaining datasets, stored under the regulatory reference tracking, provide a location for storing both incoming communications and outgoing communications. The entries here are for recording and managing the request made for references and include fields for recording what was requested, when, and to who. The final group of datasets are for covering the conduct rules. From here, you are able to record any disciplinary proceedings that have occurred, who has been trained in SMCR, which conduct rules affect each staff member, and which regulations affect each conduct staff member. The first, Disciplinary Proceedings Register, includes fields for recording any disciplinary procedures, when they occurred, who was involved, and what was the outcome. The next is the Training Record. Here, users can be recorded with what courses have been undertaken, which qualifications have been awarded, and whether this was related to any conduct rules. The Conduct Rules and My Role dataset provides an area to store information on somebody's direct responsibilities. Accepting the Conduct Rule field, which is a drop-down allowing you to select a specific rule to detail, the fields here are mostly open text, allowing you to go into however much detail you'd like regarding a user's responsibilities. The last dataset allows users to record any regulations impacting their area of responsibility. Again, these are free text fields allowing for information to be freely entered.